what we're going to deal with Anthem Blue Cross or Optima Centera. And there's not a whole lot we can do about that. We do have the ability to shop with both carriers to make sure that you're not overpaying or that you're with the better company. We've talked about HSAs. If you have a group and you have an HSA with Anthem, you're certainly overpaying. Optima has a much better HSA. And that's all just education and having your broker actually take the time to go out and look. Justin's a client of mine. His renewal's not until October, but we've got his group filling out new applications now, just to make sure that we're going out there and that they're not overpaying for something. They're getting a very small renewal increase, which is fairly standard now with all of the new legislative act. Each company, even if you weren't going to get any increase in your health insurance, they're all increasing by 4% because of different rules and regulations. They don't know if that's going to affect their bottom line. Even just with allowing 26-year-olds to stay on their parents' plan, whether they're in school or not, that's really driving that cost up. But we can go out and shop that for you. The biggest thing is having some sort of personal connection with the clients. You don't just want to see them once a year. You want to stay in contact with them. And that's something that we do better than most, I believe. We are the largest provider of Anthem and Optima in Tidewater. So where I say the price is the price, we do have a little leverage where we can go back and talk to those companies and say, hey, we've got a lot of business with you. We're going to start moving that if you don't come off that 20% increase for us. And a lot of times we can get that done. The biggest thing that separates us is on this second sheet, and it's all the extra services that we provide at no cost. I know it's not that fancy. I could have had Fern do a PowerPoint for me, but we just go through this. The biggest thing now is the compliance sheets. I was going to print off a bunch of these for everybody, but I decided not to kill so many trees. This is part of the package that we give out. These are all the new compliance changes that have happened in the last year. If you look through this, it's about 50 pages of different information that each employer is supposed to do. And what we've done is made it fairly simple for our groups. We give them a HIPAA compliance checklist. Go through, if any of your groups, or if you've got a company and you haven't done every one of these bullet points, we can go through and help you stay compliant. So if you're ever audited, you're not going to get fined. And they are now starting to audit companies to make sure that they're staying compliant and finding folks. So we'll go through and make sure you're staying compliant with all the privacy acts. We also have an employer notification checklist. Again, all these bullet points here, if you have a group of over 20 folks, you have to have all these signed by each employee, kept them in a separate file, in a safe file, away from your employees' regular file. We have all of these kind of turnkey. If you come to our compliance seminars that are, again, at no cost, we have about 2 or 3 a month for all of our groups. We have all these done on a PDF on a little thumb drive. We give them to our clients. All they have to do is insert the company's name, the employee's name, have them sign it, and it's done. It takes a huge headache away from their HR folks. The referral that you gave me for Center Green was a great referral. They've got 35 folks. They have a woman in there who's handling their payroll, who's handling their COBRA administration, who's handling all their health insurance. We take all of this stuff off of her plate, frees that HR person up to do what they're supposed to do, and we handle the rest of it. The next one on the list, an employee benefit website. Again, no cost. We'll set up a website that's linked to the company's website. You go, it just says employee benefits. You click on it, go in. It'll list all the benefits that are offered through the group, what they have. So when someone gets sick on a Saturday, I have no idea how much it's going to cost me to go to the doctor. They click on the website. They each have their own username, password. It shows them exactly what their benefits are, whether it's their health benefits, whether it's their dental, whether it's group life disability. If, say, Zach's handling the company's 401k, we don't do that, we'll still link the 401k back to Zach's company. So even if we're not handling it, we'll integrate it into the website, all at no cost. If anyone ever wants to check out a sample site, you go to the www.tfabenefits.com, the username ABC, password 123. You get in and goof around on there, and that'll give you a good idea of what we can do. For HR people, They have every form that you would ever need, this package included, we can put on that website. So if you have a new employee, you're not scrambling around, you don't have to redo handbooks. We've got the handbook in the website, so if you make a small change, you don't have to print out every new handbook. You go in, edit it on the website, and it's taken care of. You don't have to hand all this information out to all your new employees. You give them their username, give them a password, they can change it if you want. That takes care of everything. So everything's right there. If you forget it, if you need a new form, that's all right there. The COBRA administration. COBRA is a big deal, especially when the employer or the HR person is trying to handle that. Every time someone is hired, you have to give them the COBRA information. Every time someone leaves, whether they're fired or they're moving on, you have to notify them of their COBRA rights. If they want to keep their COBRA plan through the health insurance, then it's a huge pain in the butt for the HR person. Every month they have to collect the premium from this employee. If they were fired, if they left on bad terms or something like that happened, you're keeping them connected to the business, and that's a lot of times can just put out a negative energy for that person. We will handle all of that. You tell us when you hire someone, you tell us when you fire someone, and that's it. You don't have to worry about anything, and it takes a huge amount of liability away from the company. See, the online enrollment, that's connected to the website, so you don't have to fill out all these forms. You don't have to worry about if it's filled out correctly. The online website won't, or the online enrollment won't let you advance to the next part if it's not filled out entirely. So again, you're not going back chasing down these employees trying to get them to fill out all the information. The premium only plans. Most people are paying their health insurance premiums on a pre-tax basis, which is what you should be doing. However, you have to have the correct form to allow to do this. It changes periodically. If it's not updated or you don't have that form, you come in and get audited, you're going to be fined. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money. We pick that up for you, but we make sure that you've got the correct form, and when it's updated, that you get the new updated form. Flexible benefits administration, kind of self-explanatory. It's just something that we help handle for you, for the groups at no cost. And then the education. That's the biggest deal. We send out newsletters every time one of the new legislative laws is updated. We make everybody aware of it. We have our seminars. We've hired a woman who has a law background and is just in charge of keeping all of our groups compliant with the new law changes. So all she does is pay attention to Washington,